Welcome back to the National Stadium East Field for Jamaica Premier League action. Humble Lion versus Cavalier in this rescheduled fixture. So it's a battle between old foes, certainly in recent relic. Cavalier has had the better of Humble Lion. In the recent 5 meetings, they've won 4 times. The Humble Lion only one, but Humble Lion has the distinction in 2019, made that 2018, of giving them a sound thrashing of 5-1. That was some 6 years ago now, and the memories perhaps would have faded, especially since Cavalier in recent years have had consecutive successes, winning the title in 2021 and being finalists and semi-finalists in the succeeding years as well. Humble Lion from the parish of Clarendon that has traditionally produced great footballers and has a great footballing culture. And Cavalier from Kingston and St. Andrew. Dean Smith, your commentator. With me is Chris Taylor, and certainly an exciting match that we are expecting to see here. A battle of coaches who have respect for each other and players that will definitely have an agenda of one-upmanship.
Yeah, nice matchup. As we said, Cavalier did the double over them last season. 2 hard-fought games, and Cavalier coming out on top. As Rudolph Speed says, he definitely knows Vassal Reynolds very well. They've been around a long time, as we see the officials. Nerissa Golson, the lady with the whistle. Melvin Reed, Shavara Dennis, and Stefan Dwar, her assistants. And there you see Andrew Vanzi wearing the captain's armband, has been the team captain for quite some time. Did spend most of last season out with a broken leg, Vanzi. But apart from that, yeah, the team captain. Gadale Irvin wearing the captain's armband for Cavalier. Not a regular scenario.
Here's the lineup for Humble Lion. Shamal Briscoe in goal. They have a back for Fabian Pasco, Mark Rodney, Malik Robinson, Zidane Christie, Andrew Vanzi, Romari Harris, Jardel Williams, Javon Smith, Claire Clark, Rasheen Sharp, the players who lead the forward line. Vassal Reynolds, the head coach. Here's a formation. The lineup has a 4-2-3-1. Vanzi, Williams, and Harris there into the midfield, and Sharp, the out-and-out striker, Claire Clark and Brian, the men who have the task of providing width. Here's the lineup for Cavalier. J.D. White in goal, Giovanni Ling, Kyle Ming, Gadale Irving, Richard King. That back four is solid. Christopher Ainsworth, Ronaldo Barrett, Dwayne Atkinson, Shamar Watson, Chanel Thomas, and Jalmaro Calvin, the man from Antigua and Barbuda. 6 goals this season. They're coached by Rudolph Speed.
Yep, 4-3-3 is what they'll work with. Dwayne Atkinson shaking off that injury where he came off just at the start of the second half in the last game, playing out wide with Ainsworth as well. And Atkinson, the player to watch. Chanel Thomas was slotting in the attacking midfield role, one that he has enjoyed but not played often. And he is a good pass of the ball as well. Good goal scoring form of recent. Chanel Thomas with 4. And as Rudolph Speed has said as well, sometimes likes to change things up a bit. What he doesn't really want to change up is his back line, so hence he's decided to start regular team captain Kyle Ming, who he's unsure of. As he said, if there is a sign early, he will remove him. But yeah, Humble Lion only 1 win in their last 6 games. That's a big worry, even though Vassal Reynolds has only been in charge of 3 of them and had a win in his first match and then 2 losses since, including a heavy 4-1 defeat at the hands of Portmore, who are riding high, currently in 2nd position. But yeah, Vassal Reynolds known for his, as I said, defensive formations and how solid he is. That would have been a big disappointment for himself and the Humble Lion support, that he could have conceded 4 goals.
The throw-in taken by Irving, but Comes to Thomas, who manages to turn and fire directly to Briscoe in goal. Very animated coach is Vassar Reynolds, of course, as some of you would know. Coaches Kingston College at the Manning Cup level. His first season there, but has been around for quite a while.
Yeah, 6 seasons he's been out. 6 years he's been out of the Premier League. Last coach Montego Bay United in 2018, but had great success at Humble Lion in the 2015-2016 season. They finished 4th and through to the playoffs. Actually managed some 13 wins in 33 matches. It was a good period for Humble Lion, and during that 3-4 year period, Humble Lion had some of their best results. Of course, a couple of years later, they actually finished on top of the Premier League table before the playoffs. Didn't go on to win, though. But yeah, they've had about 3 or 4 fourth place finishes, and he was responsible for one of them.
Pascal's trying to lift that, gets the rebound, goes all the way back to his defenders there. Christie was on that ball.
Speed wears quite a few hats, as you can see on his shirt as well, but the technical director at Cavalier, head of the technical staff as well at the GFF level, and yeah, doing good things here at Cavalier. Back into the playoff spots, which is expected and where he would be comfortable, where they have been for the last few seasons. And a chance today, depending on how the goals go, that they could actually go up to second. They could actually overtake Portmore, who are on 27 points, so they could join them on 27. And as I said, the goals, because they're at a +11, Portmore at a +14. So
they need 4 clear goals to eclipse Portmore.
But if not, as I say, if it's just a win, they would be tied on points, and they would leapfrog Tivoli into 3rd position. Humble Lion, who started in the playoff positions early in the season, have fallen off badly and now in 10th.
Here's Claire Clark trying to whip it across. No one was really there, and it actually went out of touch as well.
A win for Humble Lion can only see them climb as high as 9th. So they would leapfrog Mobay United. But yeah, it's been a real struggle in terms of string of results, which saw Andrew Price lose his job as well. And so far, it hasn't been smooth sailing for Vassar Reynolds.
Richard King, he too has returned from loan spell in Iceland. Key part of the Cavalier winning team in 2021. That kind of pass, certainly not what they want. Carl Ming guilty of that. Here's Pasco with the throw in for Humble Lion. Gets it to Williams. Rasheen Sharp couldn't keep it onto it here. Sharp, he managed to get the shot off quickly. Took a deflection, is out for a corner kick.
Like Rasheen Sharp as a player. 28 goals in his Premier League career, Sharp. He's been around some time now. Does link up very well. Nice touch about him and can score goals. 1 already this season, just 1. But I think he has more in him. He is that kind of player. Over the last few seasons, not known for their goal scoring, Humble Lion, known for their defensive solidity. This season it's been really off. Just 12 goals so far in their 12 games. In terms of scoring.
No trouble there for Cavalier. Jaden White able to restart it with Richard King. Irving. King gets it to Ming, who'll go to Giovanni Leng. Vanzi. Here they come. That one was cut out by King. Looked to have been Brian there, who was trying to connect with Sharp. Didn't get it through. Here's Atkinson for Cavalier. Did well to get it to Ainsworth. Releases Irving. Cavalier! Cavalier Irving! What a strike! What a start for Cavalier! He really struck that one well. It started with Dwayne Atkinson and his run. And Ainsworth did well to find Gadil Irving, who was galloping down the left-hand flank, Chris Taylor.
Well, clearly enjoying the captain's armband. What a strike from Gadil Irving. 2 assists so far to his name, opening his account this season. And that was a splendid left-footed strike into the far corner. Couldn't have hit it any better, the left winger. And he had a wry smile as well. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Big in confidence this match, given the captain's armband and that leadership role. And you could see before the match how much it meant to him. His teammates surrounding him and so on. And look at that start. Just 7 minutes in. And now Cavalier scoring their 20th goal of the season in just their 13th match. And yet another scorer, Dean.
Here they come again, but Atkinson. Well to find Ainsworth. Managed to get the throw in as well. Shamar Watson. Irving trying to lift it in the area. Talmaro Calvin actually played it out of touch. It's a throw in for Humble Lion. Calvin on the ball now after that pass from Thomas, trying to get closer to the area. Calvin gets it across, but played out back to him by the Humble Line defense. Goes back to Leng. Back to Calvin. Was trying to flick it on, but
the surface looks lovely, but I've seen a couple moments where the ball has bubbled quite a bit. Just wonder if the underneath is kind of hard.
That is a critique that many persons have had concerning the Stadium East field, that while the grass coverage isn't bad, the surface, it's a bit hard.
No, the grass coverage is definitely good. And it's well cut as well, but yeah, I think the underneath is a bit hard. It's not always been that way. You can just see how when the ball travels along, how many bounces it's taking along the way.
Atkinson, in a deeper role than we're accustomed to seeing him. Well, since his return, was the out-and-out winger, now more in a midfield role.
Well, 4-3-3 is their slated formation, which is a slight adjustment because they usually play 3-4-3, but they've decided to go with 4 at the back again. And Atkinson is the left wing in that front three, but as you said, you've seen quite a bit of rotation. Christopher Ainsworth, for example, is slated to play that right wing role. He was a player who provided the assist from a central role for the goal. So it just shows that obviously quite a bit of rotation happening amongst the front three, especially, and even at times the midfielders, because Chanel Thomas is a known striker as well.
Foul there on Dwayne Busy Atkinson. Mark Rodney, the guilty party there.
Yeah, not good defending. I don't think Rodney should have allowed it to bounce and then made himself vulnerable. And of course, with the speed of Atkinson, he was always going to get in the mix.
Well, fans who saw the FA Cup would not, and support a certain London team, would not like this position for a delivery at all. Let's see what he does with it. Long in the area, but headed away. Barrett behind it now, gets it back to Atkinson. Sharp trying to defend, gets it in the air to Atkinson, headed away, and Humble Lion have the ability to play it out. Briscoe holding on to that one. Gets it to the captain, Vanzi. Plays it out to Pasco. His pass was weak and Leng just intercepted. Here's Clear Clark against his old club to Sharp. Doing well to turn there. Richard King has him close Marshall, but actually fouled him in the end. Look at that one. Fans with the delivery. Straight to Jaden White. Thomas did well there with his first touch. Certainly has that as a key part of his game, Shanil Thomas. Was trying to steal a few yards for the throw. Here they come now. Harris to Sharp. Asking for something there. Richard King had his hands raised in innocence as well.
Yeah, I think Sharp was looking for it there. Not much in that.
Atkinson for Cavalier. Sends Irving on a run and tried to play it across first time, but that was cut out. Here they come now, Humble Lion. Harris. Here's Williams, former Camperdown player. His pass to Clear Clark. Went out of touch.
Clark, of course, was a part of the Cavalier team last season. And for some time, 20 goals he scored at the schoolboy level. He was a 20-goal man for Gavi Maceo. Part of that Meron Gordon unit.
Atkinson trying to release Irving once more. He gets it across, but beyond Calvin. Pasco showing some composure there. Gets some amount of problem. Clear Clark helps him out and gives him an outlet. Hasn't been the most accurate of passing from Humble Lion. Here's Thomas for Cavalier. Thomas gets the shot off, but Briscoe got his body behind it. Sharp on the ball for Humble Lion, trying to shake King. Ainsworth. Lang gets it to Watson.
Yeah, Humble Lion so far, when they're on the ball, just look very jittery and very uncertain, almost panicking. Versus Cavalier have looked pretty calm. Atkinson, I like to see how he has dropped deep, collected the ball. Did have experience playing in that position. Fami was a schoolboy as well. Didn't always play wide. Well, with that wind, that's never going to be caught. And yeah, certainly kicking from right to left on your screen, you're kicking with the breeze. And it's always a struggle here on at the Stadium East field in terms of adjusting to it, because there's a cross breeze about it as well. So a lot of time, and at times the winds will change, so the balls end up in a real swirl.
Lang trying to go long to find Atkinson. Atkinson did get the header off.
It was actually a good pass. It hung in the air because obviously they're kicking against the breeze. And that's something that Humble Lion need to be careful of, allowing Atkinson so much room there.
Here he comes again. Atkinson manages to get it across. And Shaniel Thomas was on the end of it. And it's really easy street for Cavalier, the 20th minute. It's another strike. And it's now 5 goals for the number 17 for Cavalier. And his goal-scoring form that we saw in the Caribbean Championships being replicated here in the Jamaica Premier League.
Poor defending from a Humble Lion perspective. That pass should never have found its way to Shaniel Thomas, but whether or not he's playing in the attacking midfield or up front, still has an eye for goal. Shaniel Thomas knows how to get forward and find himself into important areas. And a handful of goals on the season. Atkinson 2 assists in as many games. And Cavalier well on their way, 2 to the good already, just like we saw 3 days ago. But that defending left a lot to be desired from a Humble Lion perspective. I think back to last season, they were one of the best defensive teams in the league for the last 2 or 3 years, in fact. 2 years especially. But yeah, Humble Lion need to do better there.
Lots to think about for the Humble Line supporters here. Played forward, Clear Clark should get on the end of it, he does. Loses possession to Giovanni Leng, and does have a pass about him, Leng. Headed away by Robinson. Controlled by Bryant. Here's Jonel Williams, diminutive, but gets the job done. Here's Vanza, the captain, back to Williams. That dummy there, not on sync with Sharp and everyone from Harris. Here's Ming for Cavalier. Barrett. Former national under-17 players, Ronaldo Barrett. We've always been blessed with an abundance of young players, Cavalier, and three members rather of the under-17 team that would have played in the CONCACAF Championships last year, a part of the Cavalier team. Adrian Reed, Ronaldo Barrett, and 66% of the possession to Cavalier, 34 to Humble Lion, and Alex Xavier Gooden, the other member of that squad. So in the year that they won, they were the youngest team ever to win a professional football title in the world. And we're talking about the average age, of course. Nicholas Hamilton might skew the average. Here's Barrett. Having quite a lot of space at the back to build up, not employing a significantly high press is Humble Lion, and trying to remain a bit compact, of course, the defensive frailties. Perhaps part of the reason why they're doing that. Robinson gets the header away. Can Clark keep possession for Humble Lion? He does. Gets it to Vanzi. Bryant. Last possession, and King now builds from the back. Watson back to King. Here's Irving. Scored the first goal, gets by one, and nice touch that between Atkinson and Thomas. Thomas in the area now. Was trying to get it across the bar. Here's a shot, and it was charged down. Irving again on hand to fire. Here's Harris for Humble Lion. Williams. Williams brought it out of touch, and it's a throw-in for Cavalier. Here's Sharp. Vanzi trying to connect with Clark. Headed away by Lang and Calvin and Thomas now combining. Ronaldo Barrett on the ball. Powerfully well left, and the shot from Calvin was charged down.
Lovely step over it was by Chanel Thomas, or dummy as we'd call it. Not sure if the shot in the end was the right move from Calvin, because he had an overlapping Dwayne Busy Atkinson there. That would have been a beautiful team goal from Cavalier. Look, very organised coming forward. Very unlike Humble Lion. Yeah, seem a bit desperate at times. Humble Lion conceding already 21 goals this season. This is just their 13th match. They had the best defensive record last season, conceding just 15 all season. 15 in 26 matches last season, Humble Lion. And they had the best defensive record by some way, well, by 2 goals actually. Portmore the second best with 17. Shows the amazing defensive effort under Andrew Price and O'Neill Bigger Thompson, 2 defenders in their own right. But this season it's gone haywire. 21 in 12 and a half. Well, not even 12 and a half.
12 and a third.
Yeah.
Zidane Christie trying to go forward for Humble Lion. Again, the passing just letting them down. And Cavalier having no such issues. Here's Atkinson. Cuts inside. Was brought down and gets a free kick in a dangerous area, Chris Taylor.
Yeah, dangerous position. A bit of a change back line for Humble Lion as well, and they're certainly exploiting it. No Xavier Virgo, the experienced former reggae boy, in the mix. He's been missing the last few games, couple games as well, Xavier Virgo. So they don't have that experience to bank on. And there'll be more work for Briscoe to do. He's already been beaten twice. And this a nice angle for Atkinson.
Three-man wall being set up by Humble Lion. Here's a strike. And a solid thump there in the advertiser's board. But no trouble for Shamal Briscoe in goal. Vance is standing behind this 35-yarder, thereabout. Vanzi, and it rocketed to the keeper. Here's Harris, and Clark was trying to finish it off. Still alive for Humble Lion.
Yeah, good little moment there for Humble Lion. We know how dangerous Andrew Vanzi is from the dead ball situation. Has scored quite a few free kicks over the last 3 seasons. And even though there was a lot of pace behind that, Jaden White was in good position.
Ainsworth trying to whip it across, but goes behind.
I'm sure based on the run of play, Cavalier would love to have another goal. This was the strike from some way out, and Jaden White, I can't say he had his hands in the best position, but he got the job done. Put it back into the business area as well, but luckily for him, enough defenders around to help him out.
Harris there for Humble Line. Wasn't really ready for it. Not the goal poacher that I'm sure Vassar Reynolds would have wanted him to be, even only in that moment. Ball swung in the area.
Yeah, traveling with the breeze. Experienced man Andrew Vanzi, that's probably one of the things he didn't consider. Obviously here at the stadium East Field, you want less air, especially when kicking in this direction, because it will certainly stay in it and carry it. No Andre Clennon leading the line either in the squad. There's quite a few changes in this Humber Line team. When you even look back to their defense line from last year, no Ricardo Campbell, the big centre back, he's not there. Xavier Virgo out of the squad. Jermaine Christian no longer there. Of course, Lorenzo Lewin has moved on as well. So lots of changes to that team that only conceded the 15 goals. So a real new look. No Dasha Satchwell as well, who was a part of this Humber Lion team. Experienced player Satchwell last season. Of course, when we spoke to Andrew Price early in the season, he said he wanted to be more dynamic going forward, and it did look that way in the early stages for Humber Lion, but it came at a cost, and now we're seeing that they weren't as solid defensively, and that has continued. In fact, that has gotten worse, and now the goals have somewhat dried up.
Atkinson using his pace, gets it across.
That should have been finished.
It should have been.
That was a poor finish in the end from Chanel Thomas, who has already scored one and usually very good in those kind of areas. Playing attack in midfield, but he certainly knows how to get into a box. And he did have a touch on it, which should have been clinical. Great work from Atkinson. That should have probably been his 3rd assist of the season. Great pace behind that ball, and that should have been a goal from Thomas. That's a bad miss. Wasn't under any pressure. Goalkeeper totally vulnerable because he was towards his near post. Thomas looking to finish that to the far post, which was the right idea, but was late in terms of getting the side of his foot to the ball. And he would probably rue that chance. At 3-0, you would think that, especially in the first half, that Cavalier would certainly have hit the stuffing out of Humber Lion if they could get that goal. I think it would make a big difference going into the half-time break.
But if they have to do that, they have just under 10 minutes to do so. Irving trying to connect with Thomas. One back by Humber Lion. Here's Williams. Clear Clark. Pasco. Sharp. Took Clark. He was fouled by Watson. Taken quickly. Brian trying to get in the area. Trying to get some space. Gets the shot off. And it's an own goal. It's all happening here at the Stadium East Field. He wiggled, he weaved, he got it off. And it's a goal for Humble Lion.
And now you see why they would have wanted the insurance of that third goal. Look at this freak incident off the chest of Gadale Irvin. It will go down as his own goal. Unfortunate. Initially off the foot of King. And White couldn't recover in time. Irvin looking to White, but the truth is White was looking to go left. And that deflection, just like that, 2-1 now, and right back into the game, Humble Lion, when they really have done nothing, you would say, over the first 36 minutes to really deserve it.
Such is the game of football. Goalkeeper Briscoe being attended to, and we know gamesmanship. Coaching staff making the most of it to give instructions to the Humble Lion players. Malik Robinson there among the individuals being spoken to. Just saw a shot of Devon Anderson there, coach of Hydel. Earlier, Sharp was shown a yellow card for dissent. First yellow card of the encounter.
Streak of Cavalier broken as well. 4 matches, 4 clean sheets. 4 clean sheets in a row. It won't be 5.
Really tough for Gadale Irving there, because his own player trying to clear actually played it onto his chest, and yeah, there was nothing that he could have done about that. Lang headed away. Sharp in a challenge here with Watson. Goes the way of King and Irving now. Gets it back. Connects well with Thomas. Fans are doing well there. Here's Clark. Harris back to Clark. Clark trying to drive forward. Ming was there. Still trying to press his Humble Lion, but Jonathan Williams knocking out Chanel Thomas in the process. It's a free kick for Cavalier. Lang. Ainsworth. Unable to get it to Calvin. It's a throw in now. 5 minutes left in this one. And we've already seen 3 in this half, just to be clear. Already we've seen 3 goals. The ball was given away. Here's the Cavalier. Well, broken up in time by Fabian. I make that. I think Robinson. Ming to Lang. Harris. Brian. But it's now with Cavalier through Ming. Gets it up. And Chanel Thomas doing very well. unable to get the shot off. He was being hounded by Zidane Christie, among others, in the Humble Lion defense. Here's Vanzi. Andrew Peart, coach of Glenmuir, winners of the Champions Cup, having a chat with his past prodigy. Here's Atkinson for Cavalier in the form of David Reed. Andrew Peart had that chat, or having that chat with, in the stands as all of you get ready for the second encounter of the afternoon against Dunby Holden.
Well, he certainly would be here, Andrew Peart. He's a part of the Humble Lions staff as well. More from probably a technical director perspective, but certainly associated.
Call going the way of Humble Lion. Vanzi once more having responsibilities for this strike. Gets it in the area. The header from Clark. Oh my, so very close. He was unmarked at the back post and he couldn't make it count. Jaden White was left in Wonderland, and he's calling for some medical help there as well.
Such goal scoring form as he has been in. Clark rose very well, the teenager, and was aiming for the far corner. Right decision, and White was beaten for sure had that been the other side of the post. What a chance for Humble Lion to draw all square in a half that they have really been second best.
Download the SportsMax app today, get it on the Google Play or the Apple App Store, and watch so much action on the app. Premier League in Jamaica, WTA Tennis, UEFA Champions League, Europa League, it's all on the SportsMax app. Play resumes, and Cavalier trying to build from the back as they consistently try to do. is Lang. Getting space to connect with Ainsworth. Here's Watson. Swung wide to Atkinson. His first touch wasn't the best, but he still has possession with a great pace. And Humberline able to clear through Vanzy's interception. Here's Sharp trying to go the other way, but Ming was there, and they'll definitely try to run out the clock now. In the second of 2 minutes added on for stoppages in the first half. That happens when you hardly have a press.
Yeah, really running the clock. Not sure what Narissa Goldston is waiting on. She might as well blow for the half-time whistle. Exactly.
Half-time here at the Stadium East Field. Humberline versus Cavalier. Jamaica Premier League action. Gilly Irving, what a strike he had in the 7th minute. Got things going for Cavalier. To be followed by Chenille Thomas, who was on hand to slot home from across. He had a strike that rattled goalkeeper Jaden White. But eventually, fortuitously, an own goal from Gary Irving brought them back into the contest. It's half-time here at the Stadium East. Cavalier 2, Humberline 1. JP in action on SportsMax 2. Veer United versus Molynes United Monday 5 p.m. 6 in the Eastern Caribbean. Also on Monday, Dunby Holden versus Arnett Gardens 7:30 p.m. 8:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. That too on SportsMax 2. Here at the Stadium East Field, Humberline and Cavalier getting ready for second half action. Humberline trailed by a goal to 2. What will the second half bring? Humberline in the green and red, Cavalier in the full white. Christie trying to lift that in the area, headed out. Robinson almost causing some problems to Christopher Ainsworth. But they get the opportunity to play it up. Richard King responds, but Humberline through Clark. His first touch wasn't great, but did manage to get it to Williams. Sharp's first touch let him down. And Ming trying to shield it. Gets the turn. But it's right back with Pasco for Humberline. Watson. Barrett gets it in the area. Atkinson. Harris there with him, but Irving back to Atkinson. Irving with the cross in the area, headed away, but still with, but it was with Cavalier for a moment there. But the header went directly to Shamal Briscoe in goal. Irving almost gave that one to Cleo Clark, but Giovanni Ling was there. Ended up being fouled by Cleo Clark. They get it going quickly through Barrett. And the wind working against them now as they go the direction towards the Ligani area. Here's Clark for Humber Lion. Still Clark gets the shot off. Showing why he was the player to watch. He is the player to watch. Full stretch by Janine White.
Finally seen one of those mazy runs that we've seen all season at the schoolboy level. Cleo Clark hit the 20-goal mark this season. Comfortably wide in the end. Jaden White had it covered. But good to see him looking to drive forward. Of course, this a totally different level, and the player to watch more out of promise than production so far, obviously. Wondering about that defending, and very nearly left them exposed. Did Christie.
Williams gave it away. Here's Thomas for Cavalier. Pascal having a few words for Janelle Williams. That's the join him in defending now. Christie trying to head away, but Barrett tried to get the shot off. It was charged down. The Humber Lion breathed a sigh of relief.
That was an interesting assist or pass from Chanel Thomas. Very intelligent. Realized that he wouldn't have been able to take it for himself, so just tried to set it up for Barrett, who miscued in the end. Barrett, one of the standout players in the Manning Cup this season with Heidel. Went all the way to the final. Probably needed a better finish there. Was amongst the goals as well in the Manning Cup, Barrett. In fact, made the shortlist in terms of most valuable players in the Manning Cup. No surprise.
Well read by King, who won it for Cavalier, played it to Ainsworth. His touch was poor. Pascal now with the throw for Humber Lion. Thomas for Cavalier. Irving. Touch wasn't great there for Thomas, but here's Clark now. Sees the captain and plays him, who was trying to connect with Brian, who did the work for the Humber Lion goal. Ainsworth trying to get on the end of this one. Too much on it in the end. Christie trying to lift it forward for Sharp and Harris. King is there. Scooped it away for Irving to play it forward. Now won by Atkinson for Cavalier. Ainsworth. Thomas was offside. And even then he didn't have the most convincing of finishes.
Just went a little early, Chanel Thomas. Again, nice patient build-up. Too much space in the middle of the park on that occasion for Cavalier. And could have really hurt Humberland had they timed their runs a little better. Well, his run was well timed, but certainly not the delivery into the area. Disappointing from a Humberland perspective. And yeah, Cavalier just need to be careful with this score line. They've generally done very well over the last couple of years with 1-0 score lines in terms of just that 1-goal advantage. Not so sure about 2 1s, even though it's just 1 goal in it. I guess it's a different mindset though.
Calvin.
Oh, good pass, but the touch needed to be better from Thomas.
Here's Irving. Has a good delivery, certainly. Trying to be closed down. Here's Clark. Won by Watson to Thomas. Gets it back. Atkinson. Barrett.
Again, not judging the wind conditions very well, Cavalier, on a couple of those occasions. You just can't play that pass in the same way. Even along the turf, once you're playing directly towards the goal to the left, even on the ground, it will run away, as you could see one from Ainsworth earlier that he was chasing all in vain.
Harris doing well there. One of the shorter players for sure in the Jamaica Premier League.
They have 2 of them, Humberland.
Enviable record. Perhaps they won't think so. He rose high a while ago. Brian. And the swing. Bringing it away from Clear Clark. It's a throw in. Then stepping over to take up those responsibilities. 56 minutes played. Still 2-1. Atkinson was trying to connect with Thomas, but headed away by Christie. Here's Richard King. Atkinson doing well. 2 players there with him. Gets around them. Atkinson in the area. Good defensive work that from Sedan Christie.
Yeah, very good. Good understanding, though, between Thomas and Atkinson. Let's play in the give and go. Atkinson, on this occasion, the heavier set defenders using their body well. I don't think they can match him with speed. So using the physicality on that occasion.
Rodney gave it away on that occasion. Robinson again giving it away. Here's Atkinson. Good interception. Calvin gets it to Lang. Can he deliver it across? Cut out by Vanzi. And Humble Lion able now to go the other way through Cleo Clark. In possession now by Cavalier with Barrett. Here's Lane. Did get a deflection. It's a corner kick. Humble Lion sending a few players to warm up. That's the Reynolds trying to ring in some changes. Here's a corner kick for Cavalier. There was a flick there from Kyle Ming, but it was off target. He's giving that away, has Briscoe. Fancy did well there. And he'll receive a firm talking to Christie from Vassar Reynolds. But again, the passing really poor, Chris Taylor.
Yeah, another example from Cleo Clark. Just trying to do too much at times, Clark, the schoolboy. Has seen quite a bit of the possession in the second half, but his final decision making needs improving.
Ainsworth. Robinson is with him, but still has possession, trying to turn. Manages to get space and whip it across, but headed away by Vanzi, and Brian now scoops it forward. Sharp was fouled.
Yeah, great work again by the captain, Andrew Vanzi. His positioning has been magnificent so far for this Humble Lion team. He's broken up so many plays. Let's look at this again. He gets into really intelligent areas. Quite frankly, his team has been exploited quite a bit so far in terms of just space.
Stay up to Rodney. It's fouled by Atkinson. Left all the worse for it. Here's a delivery. Had to be headed away by Irving. It's a corner kick for Humble Lion. And with how this game has gone, just about any card can play from the set pieces. Fans, it did test the goalkeeper in the first half. Here's the delivery from Pasco. Clark couldn't get on that one. It was played out, and Humble Lion still having possession. Sharp getting the, could have been an attempted shot there, but it was wide of the mark. Pasco gave it away to Watson. How many times have we said that from a Humble Lions perspective? Here's Harris trying to send Clark. Clark does have some pace about him. Richard King is there with him. Got the shot off and was cut down by Richard King, who played it out for a corner kick. Corner kicks in quick succession for Humble Lion. What can we have from this one? Pasco to deliver. Headed away by King. Harris to Williams. Pasco. Again, his pass was poor. Mark Rodney and Christie played forward, but only to Barrett, whose pass was further forward than Dwayne Atkins, with all his speed and his busyness, could get back to. Goalkeeper Shamal Briscoe in need of treatment. Changes getting ready to be made for Humble Lion.
Fabian McCarthy in a conversation with Nicholas Hamilton. Dumba holding player Fabian McCarthy, just coming back from injury, did break his leg last season and was out for about half the season. Of course, Fabian McCarthy in black. Nicholas Hamilton has been on the injured list for Cavalier. Said he's recovering well and hopes to be back very soon. Rudolph Speed will be hoping that as well. Here's young Christopher Pearson on the left. Was overseas in the US.
Ronaldo Robinson on the right.
Yeah. Of course, Robinson on the injured list for Cavalier as well. Had on the Arsenal shirt.
You say the kindest things. Here's Williams. Here's a delivery.
Ball.
Yeah. Atkinson just couldn't get it goalward. They still have possession. Ainsworth goes all the way to Briscoe.
Kind of showed Briscoe early what he was doing. Did Christopher Ainsworth.
KJ Jackson there on for Mark Rodney. Javon Smith on for Romaria Harris.
Has scored a couple goals already this season, Javon Smith.
Here's Atkinson. Christie read it well. Comes away with the ball. His pass was poor, but Clear Clark doing good work. Williams. Yeah, the first touches have been poor. Here's Thomas. He's trying to slip it forward for Atkinson. Wins the ball back for Cavalier. Thomas. Atkinson on the ball now. Didn't get the return ball. And that looks like it's a play they've practiced repetitively in training between himself and Atkinson. Vanzi. Williams. King gave it away to the substitute Jackson. And here's the other substitute, Smith. Gets the, well, almost got the return ball, but Cavalier won't mind. Atkinson. Ainsworth. Still Ainsworth. Atkinson was trying to flick it. Has seen him try that on quite a few occasions. Malik Robinson trying to go away with that one. Brought down by Christopher Ainsworth and Nerissa Golson. We'll make notation of his name.
Rightfully so. Bit reckless from Ainsworth, not known for his challenges.
He should keep it that way. 20 minutes to go. Humble line. Can they make something of this one? Smith.
First caution on the Cavaliers number 11, Ainsworth. Early in the first half, couple lines number 7 versus shot. Caution to 30. Still, couple line 1, Cavalier 2.
Cavalier supporters here. They ring in the changes as well. Adrian Reed and Dwayne Allen, the substitutes set to come on. Shamar Watson and Ronaldo Barrett. Those who will exit the game.
Like for like. Central midfielders, of course, Adrian Reed, versatile, has played. Still a teenager, Adrian Reed, at St. George's College. Has played centre-back for this Cavalier team, also plays central midfield, has played attacking midfield as well. Dwayne Allen, definitely a central midfielder. Did score a couple match weeks ago. His only goal of the season.
Throw from Irving. Gets them in the area, but played out. Only just. Ming sends it all the way back to Briscoe. Kept his eyes glued on that one.
Second, third minute substitution for the Cavalier team. Number 19, Agent Reed, plays number 4, Shaman Watson. While number 12, Ronaldo Barton, plays number 12. Number 13, Allen, plays number 12. Ronaldo Barton. Substitution.
Atkinson combined with Ainsworth. Gets it back, but heavy touch. Saw Humble Lion played out. Williams was fouled by Allen, and it's a kick for Humble Lion. Here's Atkinson. Did go out of bounds. Certainly his play, Dwayne Atkinson, gives credence to his nickname, Busy. Often hear nicknames and you wonder why someone has it. Only watch him for 10 minutes and you recognize why.
Definitely not back up to 100% match fitness though, Dean. You can look at him and tell he's winded. I guess Rudolph's speed trying to push him, trying to see how much he can get out of him, but you can tell that he's not at peak fitness just yet. But still so dangerous. Hasn't scored yet today, but an assist. And probably should have had 2 had Chanel Thomas completed the lovely pass he got in that first half. Already would have played 20 minutes more than he played last time out. Atkinson was taken off in the 56th minute. In their win over Arnett Gardens.
Atkinson behind the corner kick. Kept in by Lang. Was fouled there.
I'm not sure why Lang would have made that bounce in the first place though. A card, wow.
Nick Robinson goes into the referee's book.
Let's see it here. Oh yeah, hand in the face.
Irving trying to see where to place this one. Gets it in the danger area, but headed away. Throwing for Cavalier now. Headed away by Vanzi. Still not fully cleared. Here's Sharp trying to play it out. Being fouled by Cleo Clark. King. Calvin Reed lifting it towards Atkinson. Allen. Cross was a bit miscued. Ainsworth and Atkinson once more. Fancy there, fouled by Allen, who rose high. Our taskmaster is Vassar Reynolds. Certainly one of the more vocal coaches. Hardly ever satisfied. Clark clipped up by Ainsworth there. Ball sent forward for Smith, Javon Smith, but Richard King was on hand to avert any danger. Here's Shanil Thomas. He's trying to nudge it forward to Atkinson. Ball sent forward for Atkinson. He was offside. Williams. Bryan trying to drive forward. Gets the return ball from Clark, who now releases it to Sharp. Williams and Bryan. Bryan, of course, had a whirling run and released the shot. Here's Williams. Time for the SportsMax app moment, brought to you by the SportsMax app. What a pass that was from Christopher Ainsworth, and Cadale Irving got on his left and left Briscoe in no man's land. What a strike in the 7th minute of the encounter to open the account. Yeah. High level finishing from Cadale Irving. The SportsMax app moment. Go long, he's communicating to Malik Robinson. Foul throw. Not something you want to see at this level at all. '84th minute of play. Lane headed away by Sharp. Lane getting by Sharp, gets it across. Crucial intervention that by Malik Robinson. Pass from Atkinson to Allen was good, and Zidane Christie had to be on hand to play it out. It's a throw-in for Cavalier as more substitutions being made. Talmaro Calvin leaves the field of play, and McCleary enters. Orlando Russell also. Atkinson getting on the end of it. Shot was on target. King to Atkinson and out of touch. Cavalier getting the opportunity to kick from a very dangerous position. Narissa Golson having a talk with Malik Robinson, Andrew Vanzi. There as well. Had a yellow card earlier, did Malik Robinson, perhaps. That's why he didn't get one again on that occasion. Adrian Reed and Gadil Irving perhaps would fancy Irving more. Reed takes it straight to the wall, and James Thomas, the substitute, blasts it forward. Followed Dwayne Allen there from Jonathan Williams. '88 minutes played. Ainsworth. Out of touch. Minute left in regulation time. Can Humberline get something from this game? Will it be another win on the streak for Cavalier? Expecting about 3 minutes of time for stoppages. As we see this corner kick for Cavalier. Ainsworth behind it. Straight to McCleary. Keeps it in play. That will go out of touch. McCleary wasn't on the same page with Russell. Another goal kick for Humberline, who must chase now. Doing well to win possession for Cavalier. Headed away by Pasco, though. It's a throw-in for Cavalier. They won't mind having the opportunity just to play on the clock. A minute and a half remaining. Cavalier would see their 5th consecutive win if scoreline remains as such. Can Humberline break back-to-back losses and get a draw here? At the moment, they're in a losing position. And Cavalier trying to pile on more pressure. Here's McCleary. Chipped it in, but headed away. Reed goes from distance. Briscoe had to make a save there. Still alive with Russell. And Atkinson. And Christie was tripped up by Allen. Here's Brian. That's it. Cavalier seeing out another win. 5 on the trot over Humble Lion. Their third defeat in as many games here at the National Stadium East Field. They got it together early, did Cavalier. Humble Lion fortuitously got one back close to the end of half time. And goalless in the second half. But it certainly wasn't a bad watch, especially from the attacking fluidity of Cavalier. Full-time score, Cavalier 2, Humble Lion 1. There's a Gosson, got things going. And Cavalier, they show their intention there. Chanel Thomas turning well and firing directly to Briscoe. They would continue. First goal. Beautiful pass from Christopher Ainsworth to Gadil Irving, the captain, and what a strike it was in the 7th minute of play. The SportsMax at moment of the game. What a finish. Briscoe beaten for pace. Left in bewilderment. They'd continue. And Atkinson loved the ball across. Chanel Thomas right on hand to slot it home. That was in the 20th minute of the game. An assist for Atkinson. And 5 goals this season for Chanel Thomas. Showing his quality in front of goal. Vanzi tested, Jaden White. And no player from Humble Lion was ready on hand to really slot home the advantage that they would have received from the rebound. Brian doing good work, getting by, getting the shot off, took a deflection from King. Gadil Irving played it into his own goal. Jaden White could do nothing about that. And there was a difficulty for Jaden White. All ends out. Perhaps against the run of play, that goal was scored. And in the first half again, another great opportunity for Humble Lion. Cleo Clark getting on the end of that header. Unable to bring it on target. It would certainly would have beaten Jaden White. Had a shot in the second half, did Cleo Clark. Wide of the mark. Cavalier getting that shot. O'Shane Sharp getting the block. Reed also testing the keeper. Briscoe had to make a save there in the dying moments of this encounter. And that was that for this encounter. Cavalier getting the win. Here, the full-time statistics. Only 1 shot on target from 5 attempts for Humble Lion. 7 from 8. Great accuracy, week on week for Cavalier. 22 fouls, a split even. 2 yellow cards shown to Humble Lion, 1 for Cavalier. 3 offsides they had. They could have done better in watching the line. 5 corners to Humble Lion's 2. 5 saves made by Briscoe, only 1 made by Jaden White. And possession kind of leveled out in the second half. 53-47 for Cavalier with all the marbles. 2-1.
Chanel, for a long period, even last season, you were struggling in terms of finding goals. Now you have 5 goals in this season. How happy are you about your performance and your goals that you set for this season?
I'm happy about the performance. I must thank my teammates for providing me with the goals that I've been scoring. I'm being consistent, and I like that.
You've never minded being a provider as well. Talk to me about your new position. Today you were asked to play an attacking midfield role instead of striker. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I've been playing that for numerous games, in and out. So I'm elated when I'm playing that position. I'm very happy I can see the game and I can assist or I can score.
And obviously when your confidence is high as well, as you said, not only the goals but the ability to pick out teammate has been a strength of your game since you're a schoolboy.
Yeah.
It seems like something you really enjoy, assisting as well.
Yeah, I really enjoy assisting. I mean, it's not a one-man game. I have a lot of attacking players with quality. So when I get the chance to provide them with a goal-scoring opportunity, I will do that. And they will do the same for me.
When you see other players coming back into the squad like Dwayne Atkinson, obviously you have a good chemistry with him. You've been playing for a while for Cavalier. What do you think are Cavalier's chances in terms of going all the way this season, especially with the options that you have?
Huge. I think we can take it further. 3 trophies eluded us, and with the players, Dwayne Atkinson and King coming back into the team, I think we will come out victors at the end of the season.
All right, Shaniel, good to see you playing with a smile on your face. Congratulations on your goal so far. Keep scoring, and we'll see you in the weeks to come.
Thank you, I will do so.
Shaniel Thomas there, man of the match for today. 5 goals on the season for Cavaliers, big number 17. And yeah, he says he'll be continuing to score as Cavalier strengthen their attacking unit with the likes of Dwayne Atkinson coming back in, causing a lot of headache for this man, Faisal Reynolds. Faisal, assess the performance for me. For much of the game, Humberland just not as fluent as you would like.
Yeah, not as fluent, and I think to an extent we expect that. Transition phase we're going through, players going out, coming in. We feel like 3 under 20 players today, so it's going to take some time in terms of cohesion. At times it doesn't look too bad. For the first time, we'd have gotten in 4 sessions before a game since the new staff went in. But I think we're getting there. We just need to stop this slide and to consolidate on the points that we have and see if we can pick up a few points going forward.
Just to pick at a few things as well, I must ask you about this, because one of the most disappointing things to me in the game was the passing of Humberland. When you did have the ball, I thought at times a little bit too ambitious with some of the passes that were attempted. And
not just that, but I think we were a little bit too rushy with the passes when we have time and space. But it's something to continue to work on. As I said before, we would have brought down this average age for a game like today to about average 22, which is good. So I thought, especially the second half, there are some good signs, and I think it's something that we can take back home and work on.
All right, now halfway through the season, you look at your position at 10th. From your perspective, still realistic in terms of making the playoffs and going even further?
I tell you what, we are restructuring, we're rephasing, and we expect some sort of results like this. But at some point in time, we need to reassess and see if we can start pick up some points. And then now, because of the realignment and players coming out, we may have to reassess over the next couple of days. Our aim really is really now to consolidate our position to see if we can move further away from the danger zone. That's the first objective right now. All
right, we hope to continue the road with you as you progress through this. All the best for you, Faisal, and safe travels as well.
Yeah, man, thanks much.
Faisal Reynolds, they are taking over the reins here at Humberland. And as he said, it's a work in progress as they look to chart their way up the table, which this man seems to be doing pretty well. Another win for you, Rudolph. In the first half, it seemed like Cavalier would have run away with the game, had a really good chance to make it 3, didn't take it. And it just shows you how all of a sudden now a game can become very close.
Well, definitely. I thought it was going to be one of those games that we enjoy ourselves. But, I mean, credit to Humberland. They fought, they stuck in, kept in the game. Got a fortuitous goal, and I think that is what changed the complexion. The team, all of a sudden, just wasn't so confident anymore.
In the second half, not necessarily creating as much opportunities as in the first, couple of players looking tired. Is that a sign of maybe the heavy fixtures?
Oh, definitely. And I'm just relieved that there's a little pause here on Sunday, so we don't play again until Wednesday. But we have been playing now for months. Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday again. And you could definitely see it. After the first half, our feet wet, and we just didn't have that little extra to score again.
A break is good in terms of the risks. Talk to me about what would go through your mind during this time as well, because obviously you're on a good run as well, because executing victories in a row. Does that break the momentum, or you think the rest is due?
No, we need the rest. We really need the rest. Also, it gives me a chance to re-evaluate the team and to come again, because sometimes you get lulled into a false sense of security when you win so many games and don't realize that there's some fundamentals that is wrong. I thought I saw a few today still, so I need to fix those. I think I had too many attacking players on the pitch at any one time, and in that way we allowed Humberland in the second half to get some dangerous ball towards our goal, I think we couldn't shut them down enough because of the type of players that we have. So it gives me a chance to reassess and fix those issues and come back again.
Come back again you will. Rest well and enjoy the time off.
All right, thank you.
Cavalier 2, Humble Line 1. Rennes for Jamaica Premier League action.